For over a year, we have been planning this backpack trip to 60 Lakes Basin. We decided on a 10-day trip, starting at Onion Valley with an overnight at Charlotte Lake, arriving at 60 Lakes Basin on day 2. Chris and Brian will be with us for the first 5 days. Even with careful planning, we have 425 pounds of food and gear. We will need the help of the Sequoia pack trains to get this equipment and food to our base camp. The day before our trip, we meet with our packer, Timothy Day, to work out the last-minute details and to meet his dogs. He mentions that there are 2 fires in the area, the cabin fire in the Golden Trout Wilderness and the rough fire near Hume Lake. Neither were impacting this area, but that could change. It is a 30-minute drive from our motel in Independence, California to the trailhead at Onion Valley. After loading our gear on the dock, we put our packs on and start our adventure at 8:30 in the morning. Our first destination is Charlotte Lake, about 9 miles and 2,600 feet elevation gain to the top of Kearsarge Pass, then drop 1,500 feet to Charlotte Lake. After a restful night and a good cup of coffee, we start the hike to our base camp. First, we climb to the top of Glen Pass, a gain of 2,600 feet. Next, we descend to Ray Lakes before climbing 60 Lakes Cull, another 700 feet elevation gain. Total distance about 8 miles. Such a welcome sight to see our packer and our gear at our base campsite. After unloading our gear, we confirm that Tim will be back to pick up our gear in 7 days. It is a glorious day as we set up our camp at Tulip Lake and start thinking of all the places we want to photograph and hikes we want to take. In a way, this trip started 23 years ago. With no help from our furry friends, Rex and I did a 7-day loop out of Onion Valley over Kearsarge Pass, Glen Pass, then Gardner Basin to Gardner Cull, and returned via Charlotte Lake. We were carrying 50 to 75 pound packs each. Along the way, we met an older guy in his 70s on the trail. We told him that we wanted to be backpacking when we were his age. Most mornings we got up before sunrise and hiked into the basin with our cameras. The lakes in the basin were some of the most pristine we've seen. It is a long hike in and it doesn't connect to any other trails. The first evening, we saw an unusual formation in the sky. Could it be smoke from the cabin fire so far away? Luckily, the next night was clear. I set up this time lapse at the edge of Tulip Lake. It was a good decision because the following day, the wind changed directions and the smoke from the rough fire started blowing into 60 Lakes Basin. Fortunately, it was clear most mornings, allowing us to get our early morning shots, but most evenings were smoked in. In the afternoons, our beautiful basin took on the look of Armageddon. In fact, the air quality was so bad that it affected the amount of hiking we could do as well. Digital photography offers many advantages over film, especially being able to review your work in the field. With this solar charging system, we had no trouble keeping the laptop and all our batteries charged for 10 days. During the day, we not only charged the batteries, but we also filtered water for drinking and cooking. Another luxury we brought was a sun shower, so every afternoon we had a shower with water heated by the sun. Normally, it is a very sad day when we start our journey home, but this time we were ready to be free of the smoke. It was an unusually clear morning. We packed up all our gear and retraced our steps to Charlotte Lake. Not only were we lucky that the smoke didn't blow in until we were at the top of Glen Pass, we met some younger backpackers while on the top. Lots of stories to exchange, and when they discovered that Rex was past the 70-year mark and I was close to it, they vowed that they wanted to be backpacking at our age. We spent a very smoky night at Charlotte Lake, and the next morning we watched Tim pack up the train before heading back to our car at Onion Valley. On the trail, we start imagining the luxuries of home, like cold beer and hot running water. But we will miss the serenity, beauty, and sheer vastness of this remote wilderness.